Hello everyone, this is Whiskey America 3 Alpha Hotel Charlie. Welcome back to the channel. Weekly Net Light video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, turn on the video notifications. Subscribe to my other channels. Let's get started. Right, yeah, we're just gonna wait for this to start, I guess. Because it is Monday, so...
Well, anyway, that's a great, so just gonna celebrate. Well, today's March 1st.
It's 8:01, why isn't it started? I'll just resume when it starts, because I don't want to waste footage.
Net control the Tours Amateur Radio Club Net. 10 beats every Monday here at 8 p.m. on 146.73 megahertz. WA3PB repeater for Gateway Association. Membership in the Tours ARC is not required to check into the net as all radio amateurs welcome. If you'd like information about the Tours Amateur Radio Club, you can write to us at P.O. Box 225, Greenock, PA, zip code 15047. That's P.O. Box 225, Greenock, PA, zip code 15047. We're also on the internet World Wide Web at www.trarc.net. www.trarc.net. Radio Club meetings are held on third Tuesday every month, except July, August, December, starting at 7 p.m. We're up in separate check-in and emergency or prior to traffic at this time. Does anyone have listed subscribe and key to any radio amateurs who recently passed away? Okay, alright, W3OC. Okay. Alrighty, we'll be taking some check-ins here in a moment. When you check into the radio net, please give your call sign, spell it out please, phonetically, so that let me know if you have any announcements or comments for the net. At this time, I'm looking for any officers of the Tours ARC wishing to check into the Tours net. W3OC. W3OC, please recognize. Kilo Bravo 3 Sugar Tango, Los Angeles, the Township. Evening Chuck, evening to the net, no traffic. W3OC. Please call me, Kilo Bravo 3, Uniform Whiskey Charlie, Steve in Boston. Good evening, Chuck, everyone else on the net. No other comments. W3OC. Yeah, W3OC. W3OC, please recognize Whiskey India 3 Romeo. Roger and Moto. Good evening to you, Chuck, and to all on the net. No comment. W3OC. Please recognize November 3, Juliet, Hotel Bravo, Jim and McKeesport. Good evening to everyone on the net. And Chuck, I do have one comment. W3OC. W3OC, please copy Whiskey 3 Sierra Hotel Foxtrot, Steve at Pitcairn Heights. Good evening, Chuck, and everyone on the net. And I have some traffic as well. W3OC. Please copy November 3 Golf Hotel Tango, Bill Jefferson Hills. No traffic. Good evening to all. Okay, thank you. Got Kilo Bravo 3 Sugar Tango, our Vice President, Kilo Bravo 3 Uniform Whiskey Charlie, one of our trustees, Whiskey Industry Radio trustee, Jim N3 JHB, who has a comment in a moment, Whiskey 3 Sierra Hotel Foxtrot, who has some comments also, and November 3 Golf Hotel Tango, our infrastructure. Any other members of the Two Rivers ARC Board of Directors wishing to check in? Okay, alrighty. Let's little bit. N3 Juliet Hotel Bravo, go ahead, please. Thank you, Chuck. I just wanted to let everyone know that the 14712 VHF repeater antenna is now vertical and back to full operation, and so far so good, and welcome to use it as much as it would like to be used. Back to the net and 3 JHB. Roger, Jim. Alrighty, thank you. Alright, Whiskey 3 Sierra Hotel Foxtrot, what's your comment? Okay, thank you, Chuck. W3SHF here. First of all, I'd like to personal thanks N3JHB, Jim, and AB3JT, the other Jim, for their tireless and wonderful work that they did on the repeater to get it up and running 100%. So we're going to be moving our GavNet this Wednesday, 8 p.m. to the club repeater. That's 147120, and I don't know if the tone's up, but when the tone is locked, it's 131.8, I believe. And yeah, so that's Wednesday night on the W3OC repeater, 147.120, and
14712. Okay, fixed.
Okay, Roger, Steve, thank you, W3SHF Group, W3ON. Alrighty, thank you. Appreciate that, and everybody heard that. Alright, let's see, okay, let me get some more, let me get some check-ins here. Is anyone operating mobile, portable, or outside of Allegheny County for the 2 Rivers? That's call out. W3OC? W3OC? This is November 3, Papa City Uniform. Chuck in the mobile, on Jefferson. Hello, Chuck and everyone on that. W3OC, W3BC, Fingers, Andy, 43 West Bedford. Chuck into the net. See. Alpha 3, Bravo, Oscar, Juliet. 10 Portable, Squirrel Hill. Good evening to you, Chuck. Good evening to the net. No traffic.
W3OC.
Please recognize Alpha Delta 3, Alpha Alpha, Lee from Oakland. Good evening to the net. No traffic.
W3OC. W3OC, please recognize Whiskey America 3, Alpha Hotel Charlie, Antonio Daniel Pittsburgh. Good evening to you, Chuck, and those on the net, and I have no comments.
W3OC. This is Kilo Bravo 3, Lima November Charlie, living here in the south side. No comment. W3OC. Kilo Charlie 3, Alpha, Sierra November. Dr. New Alexander, West Warren County. Good evening, Chuck, on the net. No trouble. W3OC. Please recognize November 3 Tango Alpha Uniform. N3 TAU Norm in Penn, Westmoreland County. No traffic, Chuck. W3OC. W3OC, please copy November 3 Lima, Quebec Charlie. Bill in Beaver County. Good evening to everyone on the net. No traffic. W3OC. Please copy November 3 Tango Delta Victor. Mike, mobile in Brentwood Borough. Good evening to you on the net. No traffic. W3OC. Kilo Bravo 3, Yankee Indian November, Rich McKee Sport, no comments. Okay, excuse me, thank you. Let's see, I got November 3 Papa Sierra Uniform Mobile, Whiskey America 3 Papa Bravo Delta Portable, Whiskey America 3 Bravo Oscar Japan Portable, Alpha Delta 3 Alpha Alpha, Whiskey America 3 Alpha Hotel Charlie Portable, Kilo Bravo 3 Lima November Charlie, Kilo Charlie 3 Alpha Sierra November, November 3 Tango Alpha Uniform, November 3 Lima Quebec Charlie, November 3 Tango Delta Victor Mobile, and Kilo Bravo 3 Yankee Indian November. Anybody else mobile, portable, or outside of Allegheny County for the 2 Rivers net? W3OC. Here's Kilo Bravo 3 Victor Sierra Papa, Dan Beaver County. Good evening. W3OC. Foxtrot, Whiskey, Quebec. Jeff in Greensburg. Good evening, everyone. No traffic. W30C, this is Kilo Alpha 3 Echo Kilo Oscar. No traffic. Good evening to the net. This is Sevy up in O'Hara Township. W30C. Please copy Kilo Bravo Hotel. Vegas Castle Show. Good evening, sir. Good evening to the net. I have no traffic. Okay, that time I got Kilo Bravo 3 Victor Sierra Papa, Kilo Alpha 3 Fox Whiskey Quebec, Kilo Alpha 3 Echo Kilo Oscar, and Kilo Bravo 3 Kilo Bravo Hotel. Alrighty, thank you. Now we'll look up for general check-in, and I don't check too much of this, but hold on. Whiskey, net control, please recognize Whiskey 3 Delta Tango Papa, Delta Florida. Good evening, Chuck. Good evening, everybody. Net. No traffic. W30C. Affordable. No comment. W30C. W30C, please recognize Kilo Charlie 3 India Romeo Golf. This is Ed McKeesport. Good evening, Chuck, and everyone on the net. No comments. W30C. Here is Kilo 3 Hotel India Romeo. K3HIR, Andros Rural, Elizabeth Township. Good evening, Chuck. No comment. W30C. This is Kilo Charlie 3 Romeo Alpha Alpha, Bill in Observatory Hill. No traffic. W30C. Copy Alpha Golf 3 Uniform, Father Jeffrey. Copy W30C. This is Kilo Alpha 3 Mike, Papa, John, and White Oak. No traffic. Good evening. W30C. This is Kilo Alpha 3 Kilo Sierra Papa Jimmy Carnegie. W30C. This is Kilo Charlie 3 India Juliet November. Owen from Squirrel Hill. Okay, alrighty. Thank you all. Let's see what I got here. Thank you all. I got Whiskey 3 Delta Tango Papa, Kilo 3 Delta Papa Papa Portable, Kilo Charlie 3 India Radio Golf, Kilo 3 Hotel India Radio, Kilo Charlie 3 Radio Alpha Alpha, Alpha Golf 3 Uniform, Kilo Alpha 3 Mike Papa Alpha Papa, Little John, Kilo Alpha 3 Victor Sierra Papa, Kilo Charlie 3 India, Kilo Charlie 3 Radio Japan Norway. Okay, anybody else? Net control, this is Kilo Alpha 3 Kilo Sierra Papa. I'm for a recheck. I think you got VSP in there twice. Okay, Kilo Alpha 3, yeah, I can't read the stuff my own writing. I say Kilo Alpha 3 Kilo Sugar Papa. Got it. Okay, thanks. Net control, please recognize Kilo Charlie 3 November Foxtrot, Mike from South Township. I tried getting through before, but it doesn't sound like I'm back to this. Okay, Kilo Charlie 3 November Fox. Okay, anybody else? Okay, let's stop right there. Thank you all for taking the time to check in this evening. I see we've got some snow on the ground out there again, and temperatures in the 30s. So hopefully it'll be one of the last hiccups of the weather, but we don't know yet. Of course. Okay, thank you all. Let's see. Try to get in through some of the stuff we got here. I do have a Newsline transmission set up on the computer to play. Let's see. Tours ARC activity. The Radio Club has a Hampton Eggs breakfast that's held on the second Saturday of every month at Dodge Cornerstone Diner. That's located at 620 Long Run Road in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. Those of you familiar with the area, Dodge Cornerstone Diner is located at the entrance to the Lippy Shopping Center for PA Route 48. Night Gabnet, Two Rivers ARC Gabnet, which was on Simplex. It's going to be moving to the 147.12 repeater here on Wednesday night at 8 p.m. If you get a chance, join over with the gang over there. Say hello. Usually quite a good crowd. Okay, also April 18th. Let's see, where's my... Okay, April 18th is the Two Rivers ARC 49th Annual Amateur Radio Hamfest and Computer Show at the McKeesport Palisades, 105th Avenue in McKeesport, Pennsylvania. If you're familiar with the area, it's located on PA Route 48 in the city of McKeesport. We're going to have directions here on this repeater and also mobile check-ins on 14652. Prizes on the flyer, I'm looking at the flyer, is an ICOM 7300, an ICOM 2730, an ICOM 5100 AD, an HP laptop computer, a portable generator, and a Nano VNA network analyzer. There is an admission charge. If anybody wishes to sign up for a table, an exhibitor's table, they're being taken you can request them by phone, and phone number 412-605-09. Repeat this: 412-260-5699, or email to atsfbill2@gmail.com. atsfbill2@gmail.com. Okay. Anybody wants to see the flyer? It's up on our website, www.trarc.net. You can look at. You can also find a little bit more information on the actual Hamfest page. There's a link on the top up there. We just got that information posted here a little bit ago. So hopefully many folks will make it out for that. Okay. That's Two Rivers Club activities. Let's see what's coming up on the general calendar that I have here. That's March the 6th and 7th. There's an ARL contest on the HFN, the ARL International DX contest, single sideband mode is coming up. Also on Saturday at 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. is the Breeze Shooter 10-meter ground wave contest. This will be the voice mode. It starts from 7 p.m. around to 11 p.m. Okay, what else we got here? Let's see. I got some exam stuff information here too for the month. Let's see. It looks like March 11th, the Beaver Valley group has an exam session up at Ambridge. On the 13th, the Moorfield ARC has an exam session in Glenshaw, PA. Let's see. March the 20th, Steel City has an exam session in Cannonsburg. Skyview has an exam. Radio Society has an exam session on the 20th. And the Westmoreland Emergency Amateur Radio Group, they have an exam session on the 27th. All this information, I don't go into complete detail. You can find it on the internet on the ARL's website. Look under exams. There's been some interest also in taking amateur radio exams online. I don't have a lot of information on it, but what I have found is on a website called hamstudy.org. Hamstudy.org. Okay. I think I got everything. Also, there is a Hamfest scheduled up on the 13th. It's a couple weeks tomorrow in Warren County at the Youngville PA. I don't have any more information on that, but it's added a couple years in a row. Again, this kind of information can be found on the ARL's website. Look under Hamfest. Okay. I think I have anything else. Anybody who repeats for anything they've heard so far? W306. Okay, alrighty. Let me flip over to see what Newsline's got to say tonight. W306.
The following is a QSC. Earthquake researchers partner with HAMS. Australian HAMS weigh in on a proposed license change, and it's time to think about nominating the Young Ham of the Year for 2021. All this and more as Amateur Radio Newsline Report number 2261 comes your way right now. From around the world, this is Newsline, Amateur Radio's independent, weekly amateur radio news and bulletin service. Now reporting from Picayune, Mississippi, here is Don Wilbanks, 85 DW. In our top story for this week, a United amateur radio operators to further their understanding of devastating earthquakes. Rob Squillace, KK6ITV, gives us the details.
Ham radio operators are partnering with the U.S. Geological Survey in helping to report real-time details about seismic activity and earthquake damage, especially when other means of communication have gone offline. They're using the radio email platform WinLink to carry data from the survey's questionnaire-based system known as DIFI, for Did You Feel It? ARES members transmit the DIFI reports even if an earthquake has knocked down the region's internet. Receiving stations outside the earthquake region receive the data contained in the WinLink transmission and forward it to the USGS via their own internet access. The DIFI system gathers macro-seismic intensity data, allowing scientists to more accurately pinpoint where people felt the earthquake and at what intensity. Researchers also rely on the report's data to further their general study of earthquakes. According to an article on the website EOS, an estimated 90% of DIFI reports are sent by observers within the first hour of an earthquake. Hams can transmit the reports over VHF, HF, and even local high-speed mesh networks, many of which have the ability to interface with satellite-connected cells on wheels. Cells on wheels have proven useful in emergency response already during the California wildfires of 2017 and 2018. ARES is now promoting the DIFI protocol and training hams in California, Washington, Arizona, Hawaii, and Mexico. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Rob Squillace, KK6ITV.
Hams throughout Australia are being asked to weigh in on a fundamental license change being contemplated. John Williams, VK4JJW, tells us what will happen next.
As the Australian Communications and Media Authority seeks input on whether to replace amateur radio operators' apparatus license with a class license, the Wireless Institute of Australia has asked for feedback from members and other interested amateurs. The WIA's formal polling opens this week. The ACMA has stated that it would like to see the class license established. The license would be available without a fee and would not change any amateur privileges, but it would no longer ensure protection against interference. WIA President Greg Kelly, VK2GPK, wrote members calling the proposal, quote, a non-trivial change, unquote, saying it had long-range impact on amateur radio in Australia. In 2004, the ACMA's predecessor, the ACA, did not implement a proposed move for such a license. The ACMA supports the change, however, saying it hopes to reduce its regulatory burden and make costs more bearable for licensees. The WIA poll is available to all radio amateurs in Australia. A link to the online registration is available in the script of this newscast on the AR Newsline website, arnewsline.org. Hams who register will receive their copy of the poll in their email. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm John Williams, VK4JJW.
In the United States, another major retailer that was a mainstay for amateur radio operators is shutting its doors. Fry's Electronics, which did business online and at retail centers throughout the western U.S., announced that online competition and the effects of the pandemic were too much to overcome. The 36-year-old chain had 31 stores in 9 states, with 7 of them in California. Well, it was worth waiting for. A contact at last between the ISS and students in Denver, Colorado. Amanda Alden, K1DDN, has those details.
After dealing with strict COVID safety guidelines and numerous schedule changes, STEM students from John F. Kennedy High School in Denver, Colorado finally got the green light for their CUSA with Commander Mike Hopkins, KF-5LJG, aboard the International Space Station on Wednesday, February 24th. This successful telebridge contact was arranged using a relay station in Portland, Oregon with David Payne, NA7B as the controller. The last Ares attempt with this goal failed to take place because of a technical difficulty. During the 11-minute task, students were able to ask 20 questions ranging from the way COVID-19 has impacted space travel to whether any data collection done in space has helped in an emergency situation on Earth. In late 2019, the JFK School partnered with members of Rocky Mountain Ham Radio and the Cherry Creek Young Amateur Radio Club, who mentored the students on the use of amateur radio communications to prepare them for their Ares contact. To hear the contact, visit YouTube at the link printed in this week's newscast script at arnewsline.org.
Friendship has many languages in amateur radio. Jim Meacham, ZLC-VHF, tells us about one recent net that celebrated all of them.
Amateur radio operators in India, Bangladesh, Indonesia, and elsewhere checked into a special 90-minute friendship net held on the 21st of February, marking the UN Declaration of International Mother Language Day. The more than 100 check-ins came throughout Asia, as well as Mexico, Ukraine, and the United States via Echolink, while those in the Kolkata, India region connected through the local VHF repeater. The net had been organized by the Amateur Radio Society of Bangladesh and the West Bengal Radio Club as a celebration of cultural and linguistic diversity. The United Nations created International Mother Language Day in 2000 in the hopes of fostering multilingualism and a general appreciation for other languages. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jim Meachin, sending on to VHF.
Speaking of languages, which one do you speak? An online project by a YL in Russia has helped hams make their QSOs a little more multilingual. Ed Durant, DD5LP, tells us more.
Radio communication needs language as much as it needs good equipment in the shack. And now, many of the languages of amateur radio are more accessible than ever. A guidebook written 40 years ago by two brothers in Finland, Jukka, OH2BAD, and Mika, OH2BR, has been converted into an online interactive guidebook with the brothers' permission. Raisa, R1BIG, a popular YL in Russia, well known for videos of her amateur radio journey, told Newsline she and a friend, who is an IT specialist, created the online guide over the course of the past few weeks. She said she was inspired by the brothers' original handbook, the Radio Amateur's Conversation Guide, which Yuka had shared with her 2 years ago. With one mouse click, you can now read and hear almost 200 ham radio phrases. 8 languages are available on the site, and more are in the works, including the next one, Polish, being recorded by Darek, SP3TLJ. Raisa herself recorded the Russian language entries, and Pete, M0PSX, is working on a new version of the English language sound files. Although English is still the predominant language heard on the band, imagine being able to call CQ 20 meters or ask, when did you first get your license, in Japanese or German? A link to the online guide can be seen in the printed version of this week's newscast script at arnewsline.org. For Amateur Radio Newsline, this is Ed Durant, DD5LP.
And the New England Hams battle to put up radio towers is over, and at last he can start construction. Ken Peterson, KC0DGY, tells us what it took for him to win his case.
Zach Manganello, K1ZK, may well consider himself the recipient of a towering victory in every sense of those words. The longtime amateur spent the greater part of 2020 defending his proposal to install 2 radio towers on his property in the rural part of Vermont. Last summer, neighbors objected to his original proposal for the 84-foot towers, saying they were too high and were damaging to their views. Zach downsized his plans and tried again. He even conducted visual impact tests, floating a balloon to simulate the height of the tower to ensure neighbors' views would remain unaffected. This month, the Telecommunications Review Board of the town of Shelburne granted Zach the right to go ahead with 2 towers, one at 40 feet and the other at 60 feet, both supported by guy wires. According to a report in the Burlington Free Press, the local board decided to give its support to Zach's tower project after being convinced that having backup emergency communications in the neighborhood was a local asset. The report said the panel was impressed as well by Zach's willingness to share the educational aspects of amateur radio with the greater community. All this came as a hoped-for good news for Zach, a lifetime radio enthusiast since his childhood in Maine, and a ham since the age of 14. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Ken Peterson, KC0DGY.
Time for you to identify your station. We are the Amateur Radio Newsline, heard on bulletin stations around the world, including the WDA-IIJ repeater of the Steubenville-Weirton Amateur Radio Club on Fridays at 8 p.m. local time in the hometown of the late, great Dean Martin, Steubenville, Ohio.
W3OC.
The Space Weather Project launched by the Hamside Collective has been getting some pretty prominent notice. Andy Morrison, K9AWM, is here with the details.
Amateur radio's volunteer space weather watchers have been getting some recognition from the pros lately. A February 9th article in EOS, Earth and Space Science News, gives a respectful nod to the Space Weather Center Network created worldwide by Ham Radio Science Citizen Investigation, or HAM-SCI, a collective created by Nathaniel Frizzle, W2NAF. The article praises the crowdsourced data hams are able to collect from radio signals, as those signals are
Propagation. It was co-written by Nathaniel along with David Kazdan, AD8Y, and Christina Collins, both of Case Western Reserve University, W8EDU. EOS is a publication of the American Geophysical Union. The authors discuss how hams monitor what responses the Earth's atmosphere has to different solar activity and the activity's impact on telecommunications and electrical utilities, among other things. The article advocates increased reliance on what hams and their amateur stations can offer. Quote, they write, with open source instrumentation cheaper and more plentiful than ever before, the time is right for amateur scientists to take distributed measurements of the ionosphere, and the amateur radio community is up for the challenge, end quote. With support from the National Science Foundation, HAM-SCI has launched a personal space weather station project to support hams who wish to collect such data to be used in space science research. Publication of the article comes just weeks before HAM-SCI's virtual workshop, which is being held March 19th and 20th. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Andy Morrison, K9AWM. If you know a young radio amateur who can't wait for camp season, Jack Parker, W8ISH, has some good news for you. Organizers have affirmed their commitment to hosting this year's Youth on the Air camp, even as campers from across the Americas who were accepted into last year's canceled camp are completing priority registration now. The camp is scheduled to be open in Ohio from July 11th to the 16th with COVID-19 safety restrictions in place. Camp Director Neil Rupp, WB9BPG, said in an announcement that a final decision will be made in April about whether the camp must be postponed for another year. In the meantime, applications will be accepted in March for any prospective campers who were not a part of last year's group. The camp will host a maximum of 30 youngsters. Neil wrote, quote, we are truly hopeful that we can proceed with the camp this summer. We have some exciting plans. We are also looking at an operating event in the summer. Stay tuned, end quote. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Jack Parker, W8ISH. Do these names mean anything to you? Chris Bro, KD8YVJ. Brian Rascal, KG5HBO. Emily Stewart, KC0PTL. Caitlin Cole, KS3P. They're all past winners of Amateur Radio Newsline's Young Ham of the Year Award, which since 2015 has carried another name. That of Newsline's late co-founder Bill Pasternak, WA6ITF. These award winners mean a lot to us here at Newsline because they make us proud of the generation we're watching grow and flourish. On Monday, March 1st, downloadable nomination forms for this year's candidates will become available on our website, arnewsline.org. If you know a young amateur 18 or younger living in the United States, its possessions, or any Canadian province, and they're devoted to radio and community service, visit arnewsline.org and consider making them your nominee. The award will be presented at the Huntsville Hamfest in Huntsville, Alabama this August. An adventurous group of radio amateurs has some big plans for a very small island just off the Australian coast. Can you say the expedition? That's just what Graham Kemp, VK4BB, describes for us here. What does a group of Aussie hams do when they see the 100th anniversary of one of the last remaining manned weather stations coming up? Well, as the station is difficult to get to, located as it is on a very small 19-acre island, 450 kilometres off Cairns in Queensland, it wouldn't be a simple special event station set up. No, this has to be a proper de-expedition. The group is the Hellenic Amateur Radio Association of Australia, who have a long record of running de-expeditions. The location is Willis Island, which at number 38 is one of the more wanted locations for DXCC. The hams are hoping to use the call sign Victor Kilo 9 Whiskey, but if not allocated, will use VK9HR, the club's own call sign, from this rare iota island, OC007. If you're looking to add this entity to your collection, get ready for this Aussie team, who will be joined by some international friends heading out to the Coral Sea. They'll be on air 160 through 10 metres between November the 3rd and the 13th, 2021. For more information, check the URL given in the text version on the arnewsline.org website. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Graham Kemp, VK4BB. In the world of DX, Gareth M0MOL is on the air as MM0MOL/Papa from the main island of Shetland for the remainder of February and into March. He'll be operating QRP with a portable setup. Listen for him mainly in the evenings, local time after work. since QSL is home call sign. The Pride Radio Group is using the special event call sign VI 2021 Pride throughout the Sydney Mardi Gras until March 7th. Be listening for operations on SSB and FTA. QSL directly to Michaela Wheeler, VK3FUR, or via the Club Log OQRS system. The Welland Valley Amateur Radio Society will be putting several special event stations on the air in the months ahead to celebrate the patron saints of England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales. The first event will be for the Feast of St. David, patron saint of Wales. Be listening for GB0SD between February 28th and March 2nd. The actual feast day is March 1st. QSL by EQSL, Logbook of the World, and by the Bureau Manager via G4XEX. Finally, have you ever dreamed of having the frequency all to yourself to make that one perfect, historic QSO? Well, it can happen on Mars. Newsline Space Cadet Paul Brown, WD9GCO, takes us there.
Talk about operating mobile. NASA's Ingenuity Mars helicopter, prepped to accomplish the first powered flight on that planet, has already achieved its first QSO. According to reports from NASA, the 4-pound helicopter, which is actually a drone, is resting comfortably in the underbelly of NASA's Perseverance rover, which landed on the red planet on February 18th. Its mission is to conduct a test of the first powered flight in the thin atmosphere there, where it is capable of achieving an altitude of no more than 15 feet, or 5 meters. The tiny helicopter employs point-to-point wireless communication with the rover. A day after the landing, the helicopter sent its first message back to Earth via the rover by making use of NASA's Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter, saying that all systems, including its power supply of 6 lithium-ion batteries, were working as expected. NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory reported that a downlink from the orbiter confirmed that all was well. According to NASA, it will be at least a month before Ingenuity makes its maiden flight. One has to wonder, though, is Ingenuity going to apply for a QSL card? And if so, does that go direct or through a bureau? I got to imagine it's going to need one for that Worked All Planets award. That's a lot of postage. For Amateur Radio Newsline, I'm Paul Brown, WD9GCO.
With thanks to the ACMA, Amateur News Weekly, the ARRL, Burlington Free Press, CQ Magazine, CNN, David Behar, ELS, KCAL Los Angeles, MSN.com, NASA, the Ohio Penn DX Newsletter, QRZ.com, RACA R1VIG, Southgate Amateur Radio News, shortwaveradio.de, space.com, Ted Randall's QSO Radio Show, the Wireless Institute of Australia, WTWW Shortwave, YouTube, YOTA American Camp, and you, our listeners, that's all from the Amateur Radio Newsline. Please send emails to our address at newsline@arnewsline.org. More information is available on Amateur Radio Newsline's only official website, arnewsline.org. For now, with Karen Eve Murray, KD2GUT at the news desk in New York, and our news team worldwide, I'm Don Wellbanks, AE5DW in Picayune, Mississippi, saying 7-3. And as always, we thank you for listening. Amateur Radio Newsline is copyright 2021. All rights reserved.
Good evening, 8:38 p.m.
It's W3OC, and I control for the tour there, C Club Tech. Okay, I don't have any more traffic or any more announcements or anything at the moment. So this time we'll take some late check-ins. Anything else would like to check in and does so, call now.
W3OC. This is Kilo Bravo 3, Uniform Quebec Radio, Wilkins Township. W3OC. This is Bob, W3 Sierra Yankee Radio in White Oak. Good evening, Chuck, and good evening to all on the net. W3OC, please copy Kilo Bravo 3, Lima Juliet Yankee, Jeff Lomboro, no traffic. W3OC, please copy Kilo Charlie 3, Papa India November, Jim from One Home, no traffic. W3OC,
Please copy Kilo Charlie 3 India Romeo Foxtrot. Bob in Overbrook. No traffic. Okay, that time I got Kilo Bravo 3 Uniform Quebec Radio, Whiskey 3 Sierra Yankee Radio, Kilo Bravo 3 Lima Japan Yankee, Kilo Charlie 3 Papa into November, and Kilo Charlie 3 India Radio Foxtrot. I think that's what I got. Anybody else? The Kilo Charlie 3 again. Charlie 3, Quebec. Okay, the Kilo Charlie 3 Quebec station, you're breaking up. Try again.
Yeah, this
Okay, I'm not getting the last two letters. I got the Quebec. What's the rest of it? Kilo Charlie 3 Quebec station again. Tango. Okay, Roger. Kilo Charlie 3 Quebec Bravo Tango. Thank you. You were breaking up a little bit. I guess you're a little bit weak into the repeater. Anybody else? Okay, that time I got Kilo Bravo 3 Uniform Quebec Radio, Whiskey 3 Sierra Yankee Radio, Kilo Bravo 3 Lima Japan Yankee, Kilo Charlie 3 Papa into November, Kilo Charlie 3 into Radio Fox, and Kilo Charlie 3 Quebec Bravo Tango. Thank you. Alrighty, I'm going to close the net out at this hour, and thank you everybody for taking the time to check in with us this evening. Cotton net control, I caught 38 check-ins tonight. That's a pretty good turnout. Thank you all. Hope everybody has a good week. And, try to stay radioactive as you can. And be safe, that's for sure. This is Whiskey 3 Oscar Charlie, also have a W3LN closing the 2 represent. Good night.
Okay, well, that's it for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's weekly net video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please be sure to like, subscribe, comment, turn on the post notification bell so you know whenever I post a new video. Share this video, subscribe to all my other channels. And this is 73rds from Whiskey America 3 Alpha Hotel Charlie. Peace.